welcome to the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. Finally, the 2017 NFL Draft is almost here. It's going down tomorrow night, and you know what that means. It's time for my final 2017 NFL mock draft. I've been listening to rumors all day. Let me just go ahead and put it out there in 3, 2, 1. So there you go. That is the 2017 NFL mock draft 9.0. And what am I trying to do? I am trying to get as many picks right as possible. We're going to go through every pick today, talking about what I think each team will do. Number 1, Browns take Myles Garrett. Of course, yes, there are rumors that they could take Mitchell Trubisky, number 1 overall. I don't buy it, but I do buy that they will try to move up back into the top 10. Number 2, San Francisco 49ers. Lot of rumors circulating, and the most popular one lately is that they will take running back Leonard Fournette. But as you can see, I'm not buying into that entirely. I look back to last draft season, okay, when the San Diego Chargers were picking 3rd overall. There was a lot of uncertainty associated with that pick, and there were rumors everywhere saying the Chargers will take offensive tackle Ronnie Stanley. That's what everyone was saying leading up to the draft. No one knew they were taking Bosa until they took Bosa. So I decided to just trust my gut, trust my intuition, and have the 49ers taking defensive end Solomon Thomas. And I could be wrong on this because, again, the latest rumors is that the 49ers will seek to take Leonard Fournette. If they do, that's fine. I mean, my mock will kind of be screwed, but I kind of set myself up for it in this way. So I have Thomas going 2nd, I have Jamal Adams going 3rd, and Leonard Fournette going 4th. The order of those 3 could change, but I think those 3 will go in those 3 spots. Now, it could go Fournette, Adams, Thomas. It could go Fournette, Thomas, Adams. It could go Adams, Thomas, Fournette. It could go... That's pretty much all the possibilities. So, despite the fact that I could get the number 2 pick wrong, I don't think my entire mock will be screwed because of it, unless if Adams continues to fall or Thomas continues to fall. So right now, I'm sticking with my gut. I have the 49ers taking Solomon Thomas, number 2 overall. I could be wrong on this. Perhaps they do want Leonard Fournette. And if they did take him, honestly, I think it'd be a good pick. But we'll see what goes down. Number 3 overall, Chicago Bears take Jamal Adams. And I think if the 49ers do not take Thomas, whether they take Adams or Fournette, I think the Bears would jump all over Solomon Thomas. So I considered mocking that, but I did not today. We'll see how that works out. Oh, and by the way, how did I not make this announcement yet? Tomorrow night, live. I will be live for the 2017 NFL Draft. I think I'm going to go live about 15 minutes prior, and I will stay live for probably up until pick 20. I mean, after that, I know some of y'all playoff teams like the Saints, the pick 32, or the Seahawks and the Cowboys and the Packers. Y'all want to see my live reactions. By that point, I'm going to be tired, and I may not care anymore. We'll see how the live stream goes, but tomorrow night I will be live for the 2017 NFL Draft. So with that said, back into what I was talking about. Number 3 overall, if the Bears have Solomon Thomas high on their board, and I think that they do, and he is available, I think they're going to take Solomon Thomas, but he was not available in this mock draft, so I have them taking Jamal Adams. Number 4, Jaguars still take Fournette, and again, they hope he's there now because he may not be, because again, the 49ers are possibly going to take Fournette, but even if the 49ers take Adams first, I think the Jags with Fournette available would take Fournette. So I think this is the likeliest option. Let me stick with this likeliest option. Although it would not shock me if the Jaguars took Malik Hooker or Jonathan Allen here. It would not shock me. Some of y'all might be shocked, but I won't be. Then we have a trade, right? I never project trades. This is the only trade I'm projecting. But it is clear now, and I love projecting trades when it's clear, when it's definitive, when it appears more likely than not. It appears that the Browns will seek to trade back up into the top 10 to take Mitchell Trubisky. Now, I'm not sure who the Browns are fighting here for Mitchell Trubisky. I'm not sure who they're fighting for him, for his rights right now, because who exactly are the Browns seeking to jump? Are they seeking to jump the New York Jets? Apparently not, because the Jets and the Browns are in discussions for the number 6 pick. So who exactly are the Browns trying to jump? The only logical choice would be the Buffalo Bills at number 10, and they could seek to take Trubisky if he's available. But man, I'm not really sure what the Browns are doing. Honestly, this is leading up to be yet another Cleveland Browns draft, if you know what I'm saying. But okay, fine. I'm going to buy into these rumors, and I believe that the Browns will trade up either with the Tennessee Titans or the New York Jets. Because the Titans have shown an affinity lately in the past couple years to want to trade down and to be successful trading down and trading up, and because John Robinson seems to do a very good job of making these deals actually happen, he's been one of the most trade-happy general managers in the past year, I'm going to project that the Titans make this deal. I think they're more likely to make this deal than the New York Jets because, again, we've seen General Manager John Robinson of the Tennessee Titans make deals, and they've made like 4 major deals over the past year, right? They traded for DeMarco Murray. They traded down from number 1. They traded up from number 15. And something else that I can't remember. And they traded DGB. Okay, so they love to trade, right? So if there's going to be a trade, it's going to be the Tennessee Titans making it most likely. So that's why I have them making it. Number 6, I have the Jets taking Marshon Lattimore. If the Jets were to trade down instead of the Tennessee Titans, because the Jets have a better offer than the Tennessee Titans, I project that the Titans will take Marshon Lattimore. So really my prediction here is whoever does not trade down will take Marshon Lattimore. Okay, let me make that clear because it could be reversed to where the Jets trade down, the Titans do not. Then in that hypothetical mock, I would have Marshon Lattimore going to the Tennessee Titans. Someone's taking Lattimore to me. Although if neither one of these teams do, I think you fall all the way down to number 10 to the Buffalo Bills, and they would scoop him up. Number 7. Now, I'm going with Malik Hooker here, despite it not making much sense. I don't know. We've seen the rumors circulating with Malik Hooker and the keep saying San Diego, and the LA Chargers, since the beginning of these draft process. So I'm going to buy into that. But to me, Jonathan Allen here would be the better pick. It'd be the smarter pick. It'd be the safer pick. So I don't know why I'm mocking this other than this is what I've been reading for months, that the Chargers want Malik Hooker. Fine, you get him, but you will regret to me a little bit passing on Jonathan Allen. That's just to me. So I decided to jump on the Christian McCaffrey to the Carolina Panthers bandwagon, as I have him going number 8 overall. And I'm not sure why they're trying to do this. I remember back in January, I was high on Christian McCaffrey at the time. I mean, I was telling people, he is around the 15 pick value. He's around the top 15 pick to me. Then people started catching up, and then by the combine, everyone agreed. And then now everyone's saying he's a top 10 pick, and now I'm like, whoa, because I don't know what's wrong with people, with draft nicks and fans and everyone else. Y'all's big boards just keep changing and changing and changing. Mine stays the same. When I grade a player, I grade a player. Now, perhaps they'll change or they'll lose a couple points, but they're not going to rise from being a pick in the 20s to a pick at number 8. And yet this is what's happening for Christian McCaffrey. Everyone's buying to the side. Or what you could argue is everyone's catching up to these NFL teams and what they believe. You could say that as well. Either way, I'm not sure how I feel about this. I mean, he'll be good if he went to the Panthers at number 8, but he will not be worth this pick, man. I'd rather they take Jonathan Allen despite already having Vernon Butler, Starlo Tulele, and Kawan Short at defensive tackle. That's what I would do, but anyway, I don't think that's what they're going to do. O.J. Howard also possible here, but again, they have Greg Olsen. So number 9, Cincinnati Bengals, they take advantage and they get Jonathan Allen. Man, it really looks like Jonathan Allen is falling down draft boards, at least to this extent. But the Bengals, they're too smart. They're going to pick him up. Even in the 4th round last year, Andrew Billings was falling down draft boards. What do the Bengals do? They pick him up. The Bengals love getting value. They picked up William Jackson III last year. They picked up Tyler Boyd. All these guys always always have a great value. That's their move. That's their philosophy. They get a great player here. Number 10, Buffalo Bills take tight end O.J. Howard. I know Bills fans, some of y'all don't want this. Y'all love Charles Clay. Charles Clay is gone in 2 years. You'll forget about him. You never even think about him again because you'll have O.J. Howard. Trust me on this. And the 3 names I've seen associated with the Buffalo Bills is Reuben Foster, O.J. Howard, and Marshon Lattimore. If Lattimore's available, yeah, you're right. You're going to take him. If he's not, I don't think he's going to be. O.J. Howard, Reuben Foster with his off-the-field issues lately. Forget about it to me. That's just to me. I've also seen quarterbacks in Deshaun Watson, Mitch Trubisky, but I doubt it. So I have O.J. Howard going here. And I actually feel pretty good about this right now. We have Derek Barnett going number 11 to the Saints. It depends who they prefer. Do they prefer Derek Barnett or do they prefer Taco Charlton? Right now it appears as if they prefer Barnett. So let me go with Barnett. And also when it comes to the Bengals at number 9, don't be surprised if they take Barnett or John Ross, who apparently they like, despite the fact that I have John Ross falling down this draft mock, whatever. Number 12, we have the Tennessee Titans now taking wide receiver Corey Davis. And perhaps I am projecting my own affinity for Corey Davis on my football team. And I think that's what everyone else is doing. Like, everyone on Twitter has this, right? If you're a Titans fan, if you're in Titans Twitter. And it's kind of foolish. You know, why do we keep projecting our own beliefs and our own loves and affinities onto our football team? Because that's not going to work. Today, that's what I have happening. Because, you know, just beyond my love for Corey Davis, I do believe they will believe that he's a great fit for their offense. I mean, they talked about the thing they're looking for a wide receiver is to be able to get open, block, and catch. He does all 3 of those better than Mike Williams and John Ross. So John Ross does it all right. So he does not have a great blocker, though, and Mike Williams is not great at getting open. So Corey Davis appears to be the best option for them, their number 1 option. So just beyond my affinity, I do believe this to be true. And if they do trade down, this is what I have them getting here in Corey Davis. If they don't trade down, I have them getting Marshon Lattimore, as I've said before. Possibly Jonathan Allen, as I've said previously. 13, Arizona Cardinals take Patrick Mahomes. It appears as if a quarterback will go here. Patrick Mahomes will be the second quarterback off the board to me. Could be Deshaun Watson, could be Davis Webb, but I think it's going to be Patrick Mahomes, and I believe it will be to the Arizona Cardinals. Wide receiver, cornerback also possible here. 14, Philadelphia Eagles take cornerback Marlon Humphrey. Now, I struggled with this one, okay? I've seen the Eagles attributed to a couple of edge rushers in Charles Harris, Derek Barnett, and Taco Charlton. I've seen them attributed to wide receivers such as John Ross, Mike Williams, and Corey Davis, who's now off the board. So I struggled with this pick, and I went with corner Marlon Humphrey, who I've not even heard if they visited with him, if they'd worked with him, whatever. But what I'm reading lately is that Marlon Humphrey is the number 2, or considered to be the number 2 cornerback in this draft. And I agree, by the way. I love Marlon Humphrey. I'm not sure why people aren't talking about him. Yes, he can let up a couple of deep balls, but man, he's physical in the run game, and he's very good in coverage. He just needs to get his head around sometimes, and I think he's going to improve upon that in the next level. I think he's going to be a number 1 corner. So with that said, Eagles, right? If he's truly considered to be the number 2 corner, the Eagles are looking for a corner. Garrett Conley has been accused of rape. Get him out of here. Let's input Marlon Humphrey. That's what I have happening here. 15, Reuben Foster out of Alabama. Remember last time I had him going number 21. People couldn't believe it. Then more and more info comes out about Reuben Foster. But the reason I mocked him here, even though I still think he could fall farther than this, much farther than this, I've actually seen, this is one of the few teams I've actually seen Reuben Foster attributed to. It's been this team, and I want to say the Redskins. So I wanted to slot him somewhere where I've heard he could go. If I would have not have slot him here or to the Redskins, then it would have just been a crapshoot. And at that point, I'm just guessing. It could be the Lions, it could be the Dolphins, it could be the Raiders, it could be anybody. But since I've actually read Reuben Foster and the Colts, I've seen that connection. Let me just go with that connection. It's more likely to be true than me connecting him with the Oakland Raiders, because I haven't seen that, right? And because what's the odds he even falls that far? I'm not really sure. So that's why I went with this, but it would not shock me if Reuben Foster is not drafted in the first round. And I saw him on ESPN. This boy is a clown. This is the first clown that I found in this draft. This boy is a clown. He was saying on ESPN, look, Yeah, I don't know what happened with the drug test, with the altercation. I don't know, but hey, I never got in trouble at Alabama. I never got in trouble at Alabama. I never got in trouble at Alabama. He said that 3 times. He said that. I couldn't believe what this guy was saying. That guy's a clown. I'm staying far away from Reuben Foster, who seems like nothing but a pinhead. I mean, this guy just, I don't trust this guy. This is the first clown I found. I am willing to defend Malik McDowell, okay, at this point, over Reuben Foster. I think Reuben Foster is a complete nincompoop. So with that said, I'm going 15. Number 16, Baltimore Ravens, I have them taking Mike Williams. Now, apparently, they could take offensive tackle Cam Robinson out of Alabama. And this is something that I do not understand. Cam Robinson is not good, okay, especially in the first round, especially with the 16th pick overall. I don't have it happening because I just can't believe it. Really? I just can't believe it. So I went with Mike Williams because I've seen that. I remember, I want to say, I read this in March. They were interested in this guy and that if he was number 1 on their board, they would take him. And at this point, I could definitely see him being number 1 on their board. They could also look at edge rushers. And the reason I did not slot an edge rusher here, or an edge rusher to the Philadelphia Eagles, or an edge rusher to the Indianapolis Colts, despite there being a good possibility that an edge rusher goes to either or all of those teams, is because I'm not sure what order these edge rushers are going to go in beyond Derek Barnett and Solomon Thomas and Myles Garrett. I don't know. It could be Taco Charlton first. It could be Charles Harris first. It could be Takaris McKinley first. And the draft stocks of these edge rushers, to me, ranges anywhere from 14 to 30. Okay, so I don't know. I decided to avoid that. I'm pretty sure that an edge rusher will go either to the Eagles, Colts, Ravens, probably at least 1, maybe 2 out of those 3. But I decided to stick away from that because I thought doing that would make me a little more likely to get these picks right. Welcome to my head. We move on to the Washington Redskins. Inside linebacker Hassan Reddick out of Temple. I've seen this connection. I buy this connection. I went with it there. Number 18. Now, the Tennessee Titans take David Njoku out of Miami. And, personally, I would be okay with this pick. I wouldn't love it, though. But at the same time, there's not many things they could do here. And there's one of the problems I have with this trading down scenario. If they don't trade down, there's no way in hell, pretty much, that they're going to take David Njoku here. So, that's the trouble I have with these trade down projections. But fine. Under this projection, he would be the pick that'd make the most sense by far. Unless if they loved Kevin King, cornerback Kevin King out of Washington, or cornerback Chidobe Awuzie out of Colorado. And I've seen that connection via Tony Pauline of DraftAnalyst.com. Trey Davis White, they love him, but those just seem like stretches to me. Whereas I did see that the Titans visited and worked out with David Njoku. This was like back in March. I saw Ian Rappaport tweet about this back in March. There is a connection here. So I went with that connection here. 19, Tampa Bay Buccaneers take running back Dalvin Cook. He's either going to go here or he may not go at all in the first round. But this has been the connection lately. The Bucs could seek to trade down at this spot and take him later. I'm not really sure, but I think he's either going to go here or not even in round 1 at all, which is so sad to me because this guy is talented, man, but there's some off-the-field issues and whatnot that's hurting his draft stock. So he's either going to go here or maybe nowhere. Denver Broncos, nothing really definitive as it pertains to the Denver Broncos. So I'm still going with Garrett Bowles. But what I hate about this projection is that I have seen that the Giants like Garrett Bowles. And I'd love to slot Garrett Bowles to the New York Giants, but because this just makes so much sense, I'm still going to have Garrett Bowles going 20 to the Denver Broncos, but it would not shock me if the Giants get Garrett Bowles instead of the Denver Broncos. If the Giants trade up with the Bucs, okay, to get Garrett Bowles to snipe him away. So just remember, even though I did not mock it, I did say it. We move on to 21. Detroit Lions, and there's no way in hell I'm going to get this pick right. No matter who I slot. Right? I could have slotted Gary Conley, Marlon Humphrey, Charles Harris, John Ross, Kevin King. It doesn't matter. I'm not getting this pick right. The odds of me getting this pick right are so low because there hasn't been any rumors circulating around this pick. So I don't know what's going to happen. So I just went with Taco Charlton. Let me just have him going already because he's probably already would have gone at this point. So why not? 22. to Forest Lamp, Western Kentucky. Most of the things I've read indicate that the Dolphins want Forest Lamp out of Western Kentucky. Now, Mr. Armando Salguero, I want to say the Miami Herald, has written saying that no, the Dolphins will not take Forest Lamp, but Tony Pauline of DraftAnalyst.com and some other sources have said, yes, they're going to take Forest Lamp, so I decided to go with Forest Lamp. If it's not Forest Lamp, I expect Charles Harris or Taco Charlton if he's available, or Takaris McKinley or TJ Watt to go here, but I went with Forrest Lamp. 23, New York Giants. They take offensive tackle Ryan Ramczyk. Now, it could be Cam Robinson, right? But the only team I've really definitively seen Cam Robinson attributed to has been the Ravens at 16 and then no one else. So I decided to go with Ryan Ramczyk because it appears as if he's more likely to go in the first than Cam Robinson, although I'll be completely wrong on that. I have read reports that Cam Robinson is more likely to go in round 1 than Ryan Ramczyk, but we'll see. I went with Ryan Ramczyk today because Ken Robinson, no one really looks at him and says this guy is going to be a left tackle. Everyone looks at him and says he's going to be a right tackle or a guard. So I couldn't slot it there. We move on to 24. Kevin King, Washington Raiders, and makes perfect sense to me. Although I don't love Kevin King, okay, but I've seen it. It makes sense in terms of them needing a cornerback, but I do not love Kevin King. We move on to Deshaun Watson to the Texans. They need a quarterback. They get one here. That's it. 26, John Ross. Now, he's not going to go here. Probably. But if he truly does fall, and it appears as if that's going to be the case, unless if, and this is so odd to say, unless if the Bengals take him at number 9, okay, that just sounds so ridiculous, but it's true. Or maybe a team like the Ravens or the Titans, if they feel so compelled, he will fall because of his injuries. What's a team that's going to pick him up despite the injuries, knowing that he could be a great fit with their quarterback? It'd be Russell Wilson, man. It'd be the Seattle Seahawks and Russell Wilson. And, man, this would be an explosive duo, man. I mean, man, if only they could get offensive linemen, right, that this pick would not help that issue. But if you have Russell Wilson back there, throwing the deep ball to John Ross and Doug Baldwin and Paul Richardson, man, the Seahawks are on the come up yet again. All right, so that would be scary. Again, it probably won't happen, but what happens is if you've ever done a mock and you've ever compared your mock with the draft, go ahead and do it now, right? Why not? What you'll find is no way in hell you're going to get any of these later picks right because there's just so much uncertainty and you never really know what's going to happen. Except last year, it was pretty obvious the Texans, the Vikings, and the Redskins were going to take a wide receiver. It was up to you to decide which wide receiver. So Vikings ended up going with Treadwell, Texans ended up going with Will Fuller, and they traded up like 1 or 2 spots. And then Redskins ended up going with Josh Doxson. In one of those rare cases, yes, and also Broncos took Paxton Lynch, what most of us expected. Beyond those type of obvious situations where you know teams are looking for specific positions, it's tough to do, so try it. I dare you to try it. We move on to 27. Chiefs, I don't know what they're going to do. So today, I have them getting Chidobe Awuzie. Last week, I had them getting Malik McDowell. Week before that, I had them getting someone that I don't even remember. Okay, it could be Zach Cunningham. It could be Malik McDowell. It could be this corner, that corner, the other corner. It could be anybody. I'm not going to think that I'm going to get this pick right, so let's just mock something. Now, this is where I have a chance to get some picks right later in this round, okay? So, we all pretty much know that the damn Cowboys, Packers, Steelers, and Falcons are looking for edge rushers. Okay, good. So, we have to slot the right ones to the right teams. Charles Harris to the Cowboys. I buy that, right? It makes sense. He has that prototypical build they're looking for. Although they could like Tyus Bowser more, I'm going with Charles Harris. Green Bay Packers, TJ Watt, Wisconsin. Green Bay, Wisconsin, good. 30. Pittsburgh Steelers could take quarterback Deshaun Kaiser. Could take strong safety Jabril Peppers. But Takaris McKinley falls this far. I can't believe it. He could go as high as 14. But he falls this far. It makes too much sense. Mock him here. And then Tyus Bowser. I've seen the rumor. I buy the rumor. To the Atlanta Falcons. Now, the Falcons could seek to trade up and grab Charles Harris before the Cowboys do, so look out for that. They could seek to trade up to get Takaris McKinley. They could seek to trade up to get, Taco Charlton. I'm not sure, but this is what I have happening today. And then the 32nd pick. Okay, it could be Davis Webb. It could be Deshaun Kaiser. It could be, that's pretty much it. But today, I went with Tre'Davious White out of LSU because I remember hearing that the Saints were looking for a pass rusher at 11 and then a cornerback at 32. Tre'Davious White would probably be the consensus best corner at this point available on the board, so that made sense to me. He's from LSU. He's from Louisiana. I'm not sure if he's from there, but he went to LSU. That's in Louisiana, and so are the New Orleans Saints. So why not? That is my 2017 NFL mock draft 9.0, my final mock draft. And again, tomorrow I will be live for the 2017 NFL draft, so make sure to come around and stick for that. Now, I will not show the actual draft, so you're still going to have to pull it up on your laptop or on your TV, but you will hear my coverage. And that is a very valuable thing indeed. And I will always, tell you guys, okay, I think this is going to be the next pick. This makes sense. My thoughts on each pick. Just great coverage, better coverage than you're going to get from ESPN and NFL Network. I'll tell you right now, ESPN is firing anybody and everybody. And by the way, if you're an ESPN reporter and you're pissed because you got fired today, guess what? SFE's here for you, boy. I'm talking to you. What's his name? Jay Crawford. I'm talking to you, Ed Werder. If y'all want to come work for SFE, you just let me know. Until next time, this has been the MJ Take on Sports Fan Entertainment. And I'm out. Peace.